الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. I appreciate once more your attendance to this mejelle class. We are in فصل رابع. Subchapter Rabia, fourth chapter. This is İcarenin butlan ve fesad. İcare, title İcare, butlan ve fesad. Fesad. Just name of the chapter. İcare, to lease. You know that word. İcare, icar. But butlan, also you may remember, this is from batale. Batil. Void, butlan. This is butlan. Butlan. Batale. Batil. Void. Void, half void, full void. Details we studied before, I believe. Butlan kamil, butlan naqis. Fesad, fesede, fesad, fesad, corruption, fesede, yufsidun, tufsidun, fasid, from fesede. So that is like corrupted, fasid, batil, void, non-existent, invalid, not valid. These are the words may express the intent. Article 458. 4, 5, 8. So, article goes like this. İn'ikad icarenin şeraitinden biri bulunmasa icare batıl olur. İn'ikadi icarenin şeraitinden biri bulunmasa icare batıl olur. I think all words are familiar with you, with us. If one of the shart from sharts, conditions, is not there, necessary for the act of ijara, if one of the conditions is not there, that act is batil, because requirement, one of the requirements, there are other requirements, but one of the requirements is not there. So, İn'ikâd-i icarenin şeraitinden biri bulunmasa, if any one of the requirements, conditions of establishing ijara contract is not there, is not existing, then that transaction is batil. Okay. $458. A letting is void if one of the conditions for the making of a contract of letting is not found. Not good translation or good expression, definitely in today's American English, but expressing perhaps the basic meaning. A letting is void if one of the conditions for the making of a contract of letting is not found, not there. Let me just erase this part. $459. İcare-i batılede istimal ile ücret lazım olmaz. Once more, icare-i batile de istimal ile ücret lazım olmaz. İcare-i batile, batıl icare. Non-existing. Batıl. Void. İcare-i batile de istimal ile ücret lazım olmaz. There will be no money, wage, price by using in the icare-i batile. What is meant here? There may be some compensation, something, but if there is icare-i batile, but somebody is using it, there is no agreement on price or anything, because this batil icare. So the person may not say, pay me rental money, rent. There is no rent money, because there is no agreement on rent. For compensation for other things, that is different subject. We are speaking about icare batil, batil icare, batil icare, legality. This is what we are speaking. Once more, إجارة باطلة دا استعمال using benefiting from إجارة باطلة أجرة price money because of the إجارة will not be there لازم olmaz not necessary. Why? Because there is no عقد binding. Because there is no عقد binding, its result, like legitimate way using and the other guy is paying what they agreed, is not there. $459. When the letting is void, but a letting is not annulled, sorry, I just skipped. When the letting is void, the rent does not become due by the use of the thing. Oh, there is some more here, doesn't show in one text, the other one for the article. Once more, إجارة باطلة ده استعمال إلى وجدة لازم olmaz fakat mali vakf veya mali yetim ise istimali ezmri misl lazım olur, mecnun dahi yetim hükmündedir. Okay. In إجارة باطلة there is no rental price, nothing. So because of that, if used, that won't be necessitate, will not necessitate paying the rental money, but mali vakf veya maliyeti, property, wealth of waqf, foundation, endowment, Islamically done, waqf, ve mali yetim, or property of yetim, orphan. Isa, if the stuff used or immovable used is property of waqf or property of yatim, orphan, istimal li ecri misl lazım olur. In that type, istimal ecri misl lazım olur. İstimal la ecri misl lazım olur. It becomes ecri misl necessary. Ecri misl, you know this word, ecr, money, wage, pay, misl, like, ecri misl, ecri misl, ecr, ecri misl, ecri misl. I mean, like standard equal level of ecr becomes binding. Mecnun dahi yetim hükmündedir. Mecnun, insane person, also is like subject, same ruling, same rule applicable, like same with yatim. So, this is, I have completed kind of the article. So, When the letting is void, the rent does not become due by the usage of the thing. But if the property be waqf or belong to an infant, yatim, but not infant, yatim, an infant, orphan, the equivalent rent for the use must be paid. A madman also is like an infant. Madman, insane man, not madman. Insane. عليكم السلام أهلا وسهلا الأخ الكريم موسى.
Now, the last article, I was trying to figure out how the people must have made a contract before, and then one of the conditions, they just moved in without permission.
No rental money, because rental money is not agreed, but other money like compensation, something, that is yes.
But how the person got there in the first place?
I mean, forced himself or misunderstood or something. There could be a million of things. Or he was there, bought something, too many things. Too many other things, yes. 460. İnqad-ı icarenin şartları bulunup da şerait-ı sıhhatinden biri bulunmasa icare fasid olur. Okay. $460. İnqad-ı icarenin şartları bulunup da, if the conditions of ijara for inaqad, for aqd, are there, but şerait-ı sıhhatinden biri bulunmazsa, if there is no one of the conditions for the executability, for the validity, this is difficult, then ijara becomes fasid. Difference between fasid and batil. Batil does not have any aqd. But fasid, there is aqd, but it is not healthy. In fiqh, there are conditions of the thing for that aqd, also for the practicality of the conditions. How much it fits, I don't know, but I will give an example. For example, for salah, a person is necessary to be Muslim, to be baligh, sane, for salah be farz. So, if there is one of these things, salah is not farz, not Muslim, not baligh. But if there is a baligh, if there is a Muslim, so salah is farz on him. But if he does not have wudu, he cannot pray namaz. So there is basic contract conditions, there is applicability, healthiness of that act conditions, different. So what the book is saying, en'ikad icarenin şartları bulunup da, if there are all conditions meet for the aqd, is there, present, şerait-ı sıhhatinden, but for the healthiness of that contract, one of the conditions is not there, then that is fasid. There is existing aqd, but fasid aqd. This is what the book says. We may have some more examples later on, I believe. 460. If, when the conditions for the making of a contract or letting exist, one of the conditions of the contract being good is not found, the hiring is bad. Anyhow, hiring, letting, Elton messed up. I don't think this is a good translation, but this is what it is. 460. If, when the conditions of the making of a contract or letting, contract of letting, not or, must be of letting, contract of letting, exist, conditions are existing. One of the conditions of the contract being good is not found. One of the conditions of healthiness of that contract is not there, not found. The hiring is bad, fasid. The hiring, the letting, must be letting here, is not good enough. '61. İcare-i faside nafizdir. Fakat icare-i fasidede acir olan kimse ecri misle malik olup ecri müsemmaya malik olmaz. Okay, good. I think you know this word, but nafiz. Nafiz. Nefeze. Can be executed, can be penetrated, nüfuz. Ecr misil we wrote here, ecr musemma. Ecr, ücret, musemma, named, or musamma, musamma. musamma, name, ism. Musamma. Musamma. 461. İcare-i faside nafizdir. Fasid icare is applicable. You can apply. Because icare akd is there. Fakat icare-i fasidede acir olan the one who gave letting these leasing to someone else, acir, icare-i faside, acir olan kimse ecr-i misle malik. He will own ecr misl. Ecr misl. Equal, average, standard. Ecr misl. Ecr musammaya malik olmaz. But he cannot have ecr musamma. What is ecr musamma? Name, they agreed, this much, this much. They agreed, but agreement is fasid. So this is the difference between batil. Batil not existing. Fasid is existing. Lame contract. Lame contract. İcare-i faside nafizdir. Fakat icare-i fasidede acir olan kimse ecr-i misle malik olup ecr-i musemmaya malik olmaz. 461. A bad letting, fasid letting, this is what the book says. I don't agree with that. Bad is not legal term. Bad, good is not legal term. Valid, not valid, executable, not executable, lame or whatever, legal term. A bad fasid letting is enforceable. Nafiz. But in a bad letting, the person who lets is entitled to the equivalent rent and not to the agreed rent. Once more. A bad fasid letting is enforceable, nafiz. But in a bad letting, fasid letting, the person who lets is entitled to the equivalent rent, equivalent rent, not to the agreed rent. This is equivalent. Not reflecting that much, but understandable. $62, 462. 462. İcarenin fesadı bazen bedelin meçhul olmasından ve bazen diğer şerait-i sıhhatin bulunmamasından neş'et eder. İcarenin fesadı, icare contract becoming fasid, fesadı, bazen sometimes bedelin mechul olmasından, sometimes because bedel, substitute money, is mechul, not known, mechul, ma'lum. Fasad comes to the contract sometimes because bedel is majhul, sometimes diğer şerait-ı sıhhatin bulunmamasından neş'et eder. Sometimes for the non-existence of other conditions for healthiness, صحة, validity, صحة. So, fasad comes sometimes from badal being not known, sometimes because non-existence, lacking, not existing, sahat conditions, other healthiness conditions in the contract.
Bhutan is Arabic or Turkish word?
Which one?
Bhutan. Sometimes.
بعضا. Of course, this is Arabic word. بعضا. This is like بعض. Sometimes. بعضا. We read as بعضا. Arabic, بعض, some. Okay. 462. The badness, facade of a hiring sometimes arises from the hire not being known, and sometimes from there not being found other conditions of contract being good. I don't think this is a good expression, legal expression of the article. The badness, facade of a hiring, of a ijar contract, of a hiring sometimes arises from the hire not being known, from the badal not being known, from the money, from the substitute, whatever other parts being not known, and sometimes from their not being there, found other conditions of the contract being good, other conditions of the contracts being healthiness. Conditions of the healthiness of the contract is not there. Yes. I think I will conclude here today so that